So, let's talk about dealerships. Right now, they're in trouble. They can't move cars because, well, we're all tapped out. For years, these lots were full of cartoon villain energy, charging $5,000 for nitrogen in the tires, or dealer protection packages that, let's be honest, protect nothing. But now, the joke's on them. People are finally thinking twice before handing over their cash, and suddenly, all those shiny cars are just sitting there. Learn about this whole situation with today's video. Let's get started. Take a walk around any dealership in the US in 2025, and you'll immediately notice an uncomfortable truth. Cars piled up on the lots, covered with a thin layer of dust, looking like they're waiting for a miracle for someone to finally care about them. This isn't a temporary glitch or a slip-up by the industry. This is a genuine inventory crisis, giving dealerships headaches and making manufacturers realize that perhaps they overestimated consumer demand. Looking at the numbers, the situation becomes even clearer and a bit scary. The Jaguar F-Pace has been in inventory for 321 days, with 2,773 unsold units and only 375 sold in the past 45 days at an average price of $71,000. The Maserati Grisale has been in stock for 304 days, with 715 unsold units, only 106 delivered in the same period, at an average price of $81,000. The Dodge Hornet isn't doing much better, with 244 days in inventory, over 3,000 unsold units, and fewer than 700 sold in 45 days, priced at $35,000. These numbers show an undeniable reality. Cars costing hundreds of thousands in production and shipping are now just sitting, racking up floor plan interest, insurance, and storage costs. Not only are they losing value, but they also force dealerships to slash prices, while brand reputation slowly erodes. What's notable is that this situation isn't limited to luxury cars or EVs. Even mainstream models once considered safe for most buyers are stuck on lots. The Volkswagen TA has been in stock for 220 days, with over 19,000 unsold units, priced at $30,000. The Subaru WRX has been in inventory for 204 days, over 3,000 units unsold, with only 673 sold in 45 days. The message is clear. 2025 consumers have changed. They are no longer swayed by brand names or high-end features. Instead, they care about real value, reliability, and long-term affordability. If a car isn't budget-friendly or reliable, it's better left on the lot. The buyers won't even glance at it. The reasons for such high inventory levels are not hard to spot. High interest rates and rising loan costs have turned previously attractive long-term payments into a burden for buyers. Finance plans of 72 to 84 months, once popular, are now far less appealing, significantly reducing demand for high-end cars. Additionally, some manufacturers are still relying on pre- or post-COVID production tastes, luxury, high-tech, high-priced vehicles, forgetting that the market reality has shifted. The result is completely wrong demand forecasts. The Alfa Romeo Stelvio and Giulia are prime examples, with 184 days in inventory, selling fewer than 200 units per model in 45 days. Hundreds of cars sit waiting, while customers couldn't care less. Ultimately, the deciding factor is the shift in consumer priorities. 2025 buyers care much more about long-term ownership costs, depreciation, maintenance, repairs, reliability, and fuel efficiency. Real value, not a luxury logo or complex tech. Features is what they are looking for. As a result, high-end models, technologically complex cars, or poorly positioned vehicles sit for months, while reliable, value-driven cars continue to sell like hotcakes. The consequences, of course, fall on dealerships, forcing them to bear high costs for interest, insurance, and storage, while having to slash prices, sometimes below cost, damaging brand reputation. The 2025 market is no longer a first-come, first-served game. It has become a brutal arena where power lies with smart consumers, and blind manufacturers cling to outdated strategies, watching cars pile up on the lot and wondering if they still understand this market. Starting with the stars of the long inventory list, the Jaguar F-Pace. With 321 days in stock, over 2,600 unsold units, and an average price of $71,000, These aren't numbers to make anyone smile. Every day that passes, this luxury car eats into floor plan interest, insurance, and erodes brand value. The consumers? They shrug and say, "No thanks," and the dealership bears the cost. Next is the Maserati Grisali, with 304 days in inventory, 715 unsold units, and only 106 sold in the last 45 days, averaging $81,000. Once again, the real market hasn't kept up with luxury production expectations. Instead of eager customers, dealerships just see rows of silent, dusty luxury cars losing value. Even mainstream models aren't spared. The Dodge Hornet, with 244 days in inventory and around 3,000 unsold units, averaging $35,000, shows that inventory problems aren't just a luxury or EV issue. Today's consumers are more selective, and models that don't meet expectations for real value, reliability, or long-term affordability get left on the lot. Why is this happening? One key insight from 2025 inventory data is that 8 out of 10 of the slowest-selling cars belong to European brands or U.S. brands owned by Europeans, such as Audi, Alfa Romeo, Jaguar, Maserati, Volkswagen, and Dodge. Only a few Asian cars appear on the slow-sell list, like the Genesis G80 or Subaru WRX, mainly because these brands focus on real value, reliability, and meeting consumer demand faster. This is clear evidence. Producing too many luxury or high-tech cars while the real market is no longer eager leads to long inventory times and enormous costs for dealerships. The conclusion from this data is undeniable. Inventory and sales day statistics confirm the 2025 car inventory crisis. It provides a reliable basis to analyze causes, consequences, and opportunities for informed consumers. At the same time, the data exposes a clear market split. Value-driven, reliable cars still sell quickly, while high-end, mispositioned, or complex tech cars are left behind. For anyone looking to buy smart, this is extremely valuable insight. Know which cars to avoid the inventory trap and how to seize opportunities when long-standing inventory is offered at steep discounts. When car inventory reaches alarm levels, the consequences don't stop at the number of cars sitting idle on the lot. Dealerships and manufacturers are paying a high price, both in money and brand reputation. First, high inventory costs are a daily nightmare. Every car sitting on the lot means floor plan interest piling up relentlessly. Imagine a dealership holding 50 cars in inventory, each averaging $60,000. Just the interest alone could reach $15,000, $20,000 per month. Not to mention insurance, basic maintenance costs that must still be paid, and depreciation that spares no one. Cars sitting for a long time lose value quickly, and storage space is limited, making inventory turnover a real challenge. The problem doesn't stop there. When inventory is too high, deep discounting becomes almost the only option. Dealerships are forced to cut prices 20 to 30% to free up capital, sometimes selling below cost. The Jaguar F-Pace is a prime example. Over $20,000 off its $71,000 MSRP just to get it off the lot. Naturally, the impact on brand reputation becomes immediately visible. Luxury cars selling fast at such low prices make consumers wonder, is this car really worth it? This mindset spreads, causing even loyal customers to question brand value, turning a brand once considered premium into everyday unintentionally. Previous buyers are also directly affected. Cars purchased a few months ago can lose value quickly, especially if financed or leased. Some customers may end up underwater and trade-in values drop, reducing confidence in brands they once loved. Manufacturers aren't escaping the nightmare either. Slow-selling models continue to be produced in new batches because production plans were set months in advance, and factories optimized for specific models are difficult to change immediately. The VW TA or Dodge Hornet still launched new vehicles despite high inventory, pushing discount pressure to the max, directly affecting profits. The long-term consequence is a damaged brand image, making it difficult to regain value when the market changes. As you can see, long inventory doesn't just make dealerships bear huge costs or force manufacturers to stick to rigid production plans. It also impacts previous buyers. The market has become clearly polarized. Long inventory cars create opportunities for discounted purchases, but come with risks of negative equity, uncertain service, and psychological pressure for both buyers and manufacturers. This is clear evidence that in the 2025 car game, power has shifted firmly to smart consumers, while manufacturers, if they don't adapt quickly, are left to endure. If you're looking to own a luxury car or performance wagon without selling a kidney, 2025 is a rare year to make that happen. As mentioned earlier, skyrocketing inventory in the U.S. market is opening up unprecedented opportunities. Numerous long inventory vehicles, from Jaguar and Maserati to the Audi RS6, are heavily discounted, typically 20 to 30% off MSRP. This is when cars that were once hard to access become feasible, offering a chance to buy dream cars at much friendlier prices than initially expected. Even better, bargaining power is firmly on the consumer's side. When a car has been sitting for a long time, dealerships are eager to sell, and you can leverage competitor information or alternative models to negotiate extra discounts or perks. This is a rare moment when buyers truly hold the power, while manufacturers and dealerships have to bow to the new rules. However, don't let discount numbers blind you. Buying long inventory cars comes with risks. Cars sitting for a long time lose value quickly, and the initial discount may not always offset depreciation over the following years, especially for luxury cars or brands facing difficulties. Additionally, future service and parts aren't guaranteed. If the manufacturer struggles, dealer and parts networks may shrink, making maintenance costly and inconvenient. Alfa Romeo and Jaguar are prime examples. Buying inventory from these brands without careful planning could mean stepping into a hidden storm. A smart strategy is to focus on long inventory cars from healthy brands with stable service and dealer networks, such as Subaru, WRX, Toyota, or Hyundai. The goal is to keep the car long-term, at least 7 to 10 years, to benefit from the initial discount while minimizing rapid depreciation risk. If financing, calculate your ability to handle current interest rates and the long-term impact on your budget. Avoid luxury cars from struggling brands unless you have a long-term usage plan and a clear understanding of true ownership costs. Indeed, there is opportunity in crisis. The 2025 car market offers a golden chance for informed buyers, unprecedented discounts, high bargaining power, and the ability to own vehicles that were once out of reach. But with opportunity comes risk, depreciation, uncertain service, and potential brand struggles. This is the year when bargaining power has truly shifted from dealerships to smart consumers, and only those who are cautious and well-prepared can maximize this advantage. While some dealerships are struggling with Jaguars or Maseratis sitting idle on the lot, other brands are barely keeping up with the market's massive demand. Toyota, with familiar models like the Camry, RAV4, and Tacoma, proves that real value still wins. Inventory sits less than 20 days, almost selling as soon as it arrives at the dealership, and surprisingly, these cars sell close to MSRP without the harsh discounts seen on long inventory luxury cars. Consumers are still willing to pay the right price for what they get: a reliable car, cost-efficient to own, and durable over time. Not only Toyota, but Hyundai and Kia are creating similar phenomena. The Hyundai Telluride or Kia Palisade even have waiting lists, with demand exceeding production. This sends a clear message. Americans are still buying cars, but they are smarter and more purposeful. They are not enchanted by luxury features or flashy logos. They care about real value, reliability, and long-term ownership costs. Good warranties, reasonable maintenance costs, and durability. All these factors make these cars fly off the lot faster than any long inventory luxury vehicle. The difference between best-selling cars and slow-moving inventory isn't just days on the lot or discount levels. It reflects a shift in American consumer priorities in 2025. While some luxury or high-tech cars are left behind, depreciate quickly, and carry risk for buyers, the best-selling vehicles hold their value, put less inventory pressure on dealers, and make buyers feel in control of their finances. High interest rates have made buyers smarter. They choose cars that fit their budgets rather than chasing brand names or luxury trends. The end result is a clear market picture. Negotiating power has shifted from dealerships to consumers. but only for those who know how to choose the right car for their needs. Long inventory cars are hidden traps, while bestsellers are proof of real value logic. Smart buyers in 2025 are no longer swayed by logos or giant touchscreens. They buy for long-term value, reliability, and peace of mind, not to show off or follow trends. The market has changed, and those who grasp this insight will always win. So, the 2025 car market paints a clear picture. Dealerships are drowning in inventory, from luxury SUVs to previously safe mainstream cars, while real power is gradually shifting into the hands of smart consumers. This is not only an opportunity to snag a dream car at a reasonable price, but also a reminder that choosing the wrong car or brand carelessly could leave you exposed to depreciation or service difficulties later. What about you? How will you leverage this power? Do you think this inventory situation will permanently change Americans' buying priorities? Or is this just a temporary inventory storm? Share your thoughts, experiences, or smart car deal tips in the comments below. We're excited to hear from you. Please note that all the information in this video comes from publicly available sources, vehicle manuals, and automotive research. It's meant for educational purposes only and doesn't promote or criticize any specific brand. Always double-check the details, follow your manufacturer's recommendations, and make decisions based on your own situation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.